Hey everybody, it's the last day of May and we are here on a job site building a retaining wall for a customer. Wanted to show you what we're up to today. Building the bottoms here. Been building a couple of walls over the years for these guys and they've got us back this spring. Behind me I've got a wall that's going. We're trying to get this whole area back here level so the kids have a place to play and some grass to play on. What we got going on here is a dry stack boulder retaining wall. A couple things to note when building a dry stack retaining wall is you can never go above 4 feet in height. The second you go up above 4 feet, we're required to have it engineered, and when you have it engineered, it brings in special requirements to make sure that we're keeping things safe. So when we're doing a wall like this, we're making sure that we're designing it appropriately. So we go up 4 feet, go back a minimum of 4 feet, and then up again like you see here. The walls are designed this way to keep it safe for everybody and keep a really good looking retaining wall, as you can see. When building a wall like this, it's important to set your first course down below, and you start with the first base course boulders. The best way to do that is to pick out the best ones, you flip it around till you find the best face, and when you have that face, you can set it down and then you continue along. And then once you've got your base course set, you can start picking out your smaller ones and flipping those around like a jigsaw puzzle, and they go together so they fit tightly and create a strong wall that can actually retain that soil behind it. As you can see with the wall that we're building here, we've got our base course going along, which our guys started with, and then they come back through and then they get those smaller pieces and they start stacking these and really just fill those joints. And what that does is it creates a really nice finish. It gives you a professional look and it has a real stable look. It's a great way to build a wall that doesn't completely break the bank and does the job. When building a wall like this, step one is really to paint out what you're gonna do once you've figured out how far out you need to go so you do not exceed 4 feet. Once you have it painted out, you can see what they're doing in the background, and they're excavating that area out. Once everything is excavated farther back than the walls need to go, that's when you can start installing your base course of boulders. Once we start stacking those rocks, you'll see that we've got this fabric, and this fabric lines all of the rocks on the backside. What that does is it prevents any soil from washing out and keeps it clean moving forward. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a wall where a fabric is not installed behind the wall system and you get a heavy rainstorm, and this sandy stuff that we have will just wash right through, and it won't be as solid of a wall, and you'll have a mess on your hands. So when installing a wall, it's very important to make sure that you've got this fabric installed. This fabric in particular is a commercial grade poly-spun weed fabric, the same stuff that we use when installing gravel rock beds. You can get it at Home Depot or any landscape supply store. The need for equipment when doing a project like this is very important. The size of these boulders are up to 4 foot in diameter and can weigh upwards of 2,000 pounds. Moving these things by hand would be impossible. And even with these, it's still a lot of hard, heavy work. We've got these guys who are rock stars, literally and figuratively. They can place these things like a master jigsaw puzzle. I can't believe what I'm looking at, just the craftsmanship involved of what they're able to do. I feel honored to be able to work with these guys as they are carefully picking each stone out, breaking them, spinning them around, fitting those guys in. It's really just a work of art what these guys are able to do. What are you working on?
Plugging these holes, making the wall look pretty.
Okay. How you doing that?
We're trying to find pieces that fit this spacing here, just to kind of continue the face of the wall.
And if you don't find the perfect piece, what do you do?
I make it.
You make it?
I make it.
How do you make it?
With this baby right here, and with a little bit of knowledge.
What is that knowledge?
The knowledge is is acquired on many years.
Yeah? Just by trial and error, by hitting it and knowing which angle to hit it so you can get the perfect angle so it slides in there nice?
Yeah, that would be the right answer for it.
That would be the right answer?
Yeah.
Okay.